Welcome to the Retire Coins channel, coin enthusiasts. Are you sitting on a fortune? A rare coin worth up to $4 million might be hidden in your coin jar right now, and you wouldn't even know it. If you're a coin collector or even just someone with a few old pennies in a drawer, you absolutely need to watch this video. You could be one step away from changing your financial future forever. Alright, let's dive into today's coin that has collectors, investors, and treasure hunters buzzing with excitement, the 1965 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard me right, a coin that was only produced for 1 year, and yet it is so rare, it could be worth up to $4 million today. But before you go rushing off to check your change, let me warn you, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Finding a 1965 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't as simple as spotting any old penny lying around. In fact, only a handful of these rare gems have been discovered, and that's exactly why they're so valuable. It's the rarity that makes it special. Here's the kicker: in 1965, the U.S. Mint changed its production process and stopped adding mint marks to certain coins. Most of these 1965 pennies have a mint mark, but just a few don't. And these are the ones that are worth hundreds of thousands, or in the case of a truly pristine one, up to $4 million. But how can you tell if you have one of these elusive pennies? Don't go anywhere, I'll walk you through the exact steps to check. Stay tuned, because you'll want to know exactly what to look for if you want to strike it rich. By the way, let's take a quick second. You know, I was just thinking. If you're like me, you've probably got a couple of old coins lying around. And I've got to admit, the idea of having a $4 million penny feels a little unreal. But hey, stranger things have happened, right? Now, let's get into the real meat of this video: how to identify the 1965 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. There are a couple of key things you need to know to ensure you don't miss out on this jackpot. The first thing to check for is the absence of a mint mark. The mint mark, if there is one, will be located just below the date on the front of the coin. That's where it usually is, but here's the tricky part. Most 1965 pennies have a mint mark. So, what's the deal with the ones that don't? That's where the mystery lies. The U.S. Mint accidentally left out the mint mark on a small batch of 1965 pennies, and these are the ones you want to look for. Next, let's talk about the condition of the coin. You can't just find a 1965 no-mint Mark penny and assume it's worth millions. Like any rare collectible, the value increases with the condition. A penny in pristine condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, is far more valuable than one that's been tarnished by time and traffic. If your penny looks worn, it's probably not going to be worth much, but don't toss it just yet. There could still be some value depending on other factors. And here's a tip that could make you the next coin millionaire: keep your pennies in great condition. Store them carefully, protect them from the elements, and take good care of them. A penny left in your pocket for years may be worth little more than its face value, but if you've got one of these rare 1965 no-mint Mark pennies, its condition could turn it into a small fortune. But hold on, how exactly do you go about selling this rare coin for top dollar? I'm about to drop some knowledge that could make you thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Stay with me, let's talk about the real reason you're here: the value of this coin. If you've got a 1965 no-mint Mark penny in great condition, don't be surprised if you get a few offers. In fact, the current market value for these coins is skyrocketing. Some of these rare coins have been sold for as much as $4 million at auction, especially if they're graded as being in mint state condition. But here's the secret that most people don't know: the value of rare coins fluctuates. It can be influenced by demand, the current market, and even the specific auction house that's selling the coin. To maximize your coin's worth, you'll need to know when to sell it and to whom. And that brings me to my next point: how to find the right buyer. The key to getting top dollar for your 1965 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is to find a trusted, reputable dealer or auction house. This is where the experts come in. You don't want to trust just anyone with your potential fortune. You want to make sure that you're selling to someone who understands the rarity of your coin and is willing to pay top dollar for it. And while you're doing your research, don't forget to look up the latest sales and auctions for similar pennies. This can give you a good idea of what's going on in the market right now, and help you make a smart decision about when and where to sell. Do you have a coin sitting in your drawer, a coin you've completely overlooked? What if I told you that it could be worth up to $3.7 million? Sounds impossible, right? Well, the 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny could be the treasure you've been sitting on without even realizing it. Stick around because I'm going to reveal the unbelievable value of this rare penny and how you can cash in on it right now. You won't want to miss a single minute, because what I'm about to tell you could change your financial future forever. Let's take a step back. It's 1976, the year of America's bicentennial celebration. People were excited, fireworks lit up the sky, and for many, it was just another year to collect some coins for fun. Little did they know that one specific coin, the 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, would become the treasure of a lifetime. Now, you're probably thinking, a penny? That can't be worth anything significant, right? Well, I'm here to prove you wrong. Most people have seen these pennies, tossed them in their pocket change, and thought nothing more of them. But some of these pennies are rare, very rare, and are worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions. Here's the catch: the 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a normal penny. It was struck at the Denver Mint and has a unique characteristic that makes it worth far more than its face value. But what makes this penny so valuable? So, why is this penny worth up to $3.7 million? Here's the kicker: a specific group of 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln pennies were mistruck. During production, something went wrong with the minting process, resulting in pennies that were either double-struck or featured rare errors like off-center strikes. These errors are rare, but when they do appear, they make the coin incredibly valuable. Imagine finding a penny you thought was worthless and realizing it's worth more than your house. Crazy, right? But that's exactly what happens with these mistruck pennies. Some have been sold at auctions for a jaw-dropping $3.7 million, making it one of the most expensive coins in history. Let that sink in. How many of us have overlooked pennies like this, not knowing that the one in our hand could be worth a fortune? It's enough to make you question everything you know about coin collecting, right? Here's a funny thought: imagine if you took a handful of pennies to a coin shop, and the clerk looks at you like you're crazy for offering them so casually, then suddenly says, "Hold on, is that a 1976 D? Wait a second. I'll give you $3.7 million for it." That's the power of rarity. You never know what's in your pocket. Now that we've covered what makes the 1976 D penny so valuable, let's talk about how you can spot it. You don't want to miss out on the chance to sell this coin for millions. So, let's dive into how to identify if your penny is worth a fortune. That you've got the knowledge now, but how do you know if you have one of these rare 1976 D Mint Mark pennies? First, check the condition of your coin. The more pristine it is, the higher its potential value. Coins in mint condition can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, while those with minor wear still hold significant value. Next, inspect the mint mark. Look closely at the D on the reverse side of the penny. This marks it as being struck at the Denver Mint. But don't just stop there. You need to carefully examine the coin for any signs of misstriking. Is the image off-center? Is the design double-struck or distorted? If you spot any of these signs, you might have a rare, valuable piece. But here's the key: you need to get your coin professionally graded. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on the chance to sell it for top dollar. A certified coin expert will assess its condition and rarity, and then, you'll be in a position to sell it for a price you've only dreamed of. I can already feel the excitement building. But here's the thing: the market for these rare coins is incredibly competitive. You need to act quickly before someone else snatches up your treasure. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to share exactly where and how you can sell your penny for top dollar. So stay with me. Think about this. This could be the key to your financial freedom, the way to unlock a wealthier lifestyle. The right penny could change everything. Are you ready to take that step? Are you ready to sell your coin for millions and start living the life you've always dreamed of? But here's the thing: not everyone will be lucky enough to find a 1976 D Mint Mark penny. So if you have one, take action now. The value of these coins is skyrocketing, and time is of the essence. Don't wait until it's too late. Check your coins today, and who knows, you could be sitting on the next big fortune. Imagine walking into your local coin shop or sifting through a jar of pennies at home, and discovering a penny that could be worth up to $3.5 million. Sound too good to be true? Stick around, because today, I'm going to reveal the shocking value of the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's more than just pocket change, and might just change your life forever. So, you're sitting at home, maybe digging through some old coins you've accumulated over the years, or perhaps you're just getting into coin collecting. You've heard stories about rare coins worth millions, but you think, yeah, right. It's just a coin, how valuable can it be? Well, let me stop you right there. There's a specific penny, the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, that has turned the entire numismatic world upside down. And here's the kicker, if you own one, it could be sitting in your change jar, right now, just waiting to make you a fortune. The 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is incredibly rare. Why? Well, in 1980, most pennies were minted at the Philadelphia Mint and had a P mint mark. However, there was a mistake. A small batch of pennies was released without any mint mark at all, making them rarer than rare. And when something is rare, its value skyrockets. But don't just take my word for it. If you own one of these pennies, it could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to a staggering $3.5 million. And that's not an exaggeration. There's a reason why this penny is becoming one of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. Wait, don't start running to your coin jar just yet. You might be wondering, how do I know if it's the right one? Well, I'm about to walk you through the key details so you don't get fooled by those, almost, rare pennies that look similar. Here's where things get exciting. The 1980 no-mint Mark penny is an anomaly. You see, when the US Mint doesn't stamp a coin with its usual mint mark, it's not just a mistake, it's a sign of rarity. And rarity equals value. But there's more to it than just being rare. The 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not only a treasure because it wasn't stamped, but also because of the circumstances surrounding its release. Collectors call these error coins, and they're highly sought after. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its worth, too. A penny in mint condition could fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars, and some of the highest grade examples have been sold for millions at auction. Are you starting to feel a little excited now? Hold that thought, because I'm about to give you the inside scoop on how to spot one of these hidden treasures. But before I share how to identify the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, let's dive into the real reason why these coins are worth so much. You'll want to pay close attention here, because this is where things get really interesting. Alright, now the moment you've all been waiting for. How do you spot a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in the wild? Well, here's where it gets both exciting and a little tricky. First, grab your magnifying glass, or better yet, a loupe. Check the front of the penny where the mint mark should be. If there's absolutely no P mint mark, congratulations. You're on the right track. But here's the thing, just because the penny is missing the mint mark doesn't automatically mean it's valuable. You need to make sure the rest of the coin is in excellent condition. The more pristine the coin, the higher the value. A coin with minimal wear, good luster, and clear details could be worth a fortune. But if it's heavily worn, don't expect a big payout. Now, you're probably asking, how do I know if it's worth $3.5 million? Well, if it's graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC and receives a high grade, such as MS 67 or higher, then we're talking about a coin worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions. In fact, some examples have sold for over $3.5 million at auctions. So, what do you do next? If you found one of these rare pennies, don't waste time. Get it professionally graded, and then hold on to your hat, because the bidding wars might just start rolling in. Hold on a second, did you think I was going to leave you hanging? Stick around, because after the break, I'll tell you exactly what steps you need to take if you find one of these pennies and how to get the best possible price when you sell. But here's the catch, if you wait too long, you might miss your chance to cash in on your coin's true value. The market for rare coins is always shifting, and in just a few years, it might be worth even more, or maybe even less. So, timing is everything. Will you hold on to your 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and watch it grow in value? Or will you decide to sell while the market is hot? Either way, it's a decision that could change your life. That I'm about to drop some critical tips on what to do next, but first, let me ask you, do you think you have the right penny, or is this just a pipe dream? Stick with me for the next steps, and find out how you can turn your pennies into a fortune. So, the big question is, what will you do with this newfound knowledge? You've learned what to look for, how to identify your 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and why it could be worth up to $3.5 million. The next step is entirely in your hands. Remember, this isn't just about collecting coins, it's about seizing the opportunity when it comes knocking. Whether you're looking to sell, invest, or hold on to your pennies, make sure you take action now before someone else swoops in and takes the prize. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin-related tips, and comment below if you've discovered one of these rare pennies. You never know, your penny might be the next $1 million find. Are you sitting on a hidden treasure worth millions of dollars? What if I told you that a single penny could make you a millionaire? No, it's not a joke. We're talking about a 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that could be worth up to $3.2 million. Stick with me as I break down why this penny could change your life forever. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot this rare 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny, how much it's worth, and why it could be sitting in your coin jar or even hiding in plain sight in your collection. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be checking your pennies a lot more carefully. Let's dive into how this coin could turn into a small fortune for you. It's easy to overlook a penny, right? It's small, seemingly insignificant, and most people toss them into a jar or forget about them entirely. But what if I told you that you could turn that humble little coin into a cash windfall? This isn't a fantasy or something out of a collector's dream, it's happening right now. In 1991, something happened at the US Mint that caused a very rare error. A batch of Lincoln pennies was produced without a mint mark, which is highly unusual. Every other penny produced that year had a mint mark indicating where it was made, either in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But this particular batch, the one without the mint mark, is something that coin collectors are desperately seeking. Now, if you're wondering, how do I know if I have one of these coins? Don't worry. I'm going to walk you through the exact steps on how to identify it. You could be holding on to this penny without even realizing it. You might be thinking, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? It's just a small detail, right? Well, that small detail could be worth millions of dollars. To truly understand the value, we need to break down the rarity of this coin. Imagine you've walked into a store, and the owner casually offers you a rare vintage wine for the price of a regular bottle. Wouldn't you feel like you just got the deal of a lifetime? That's exactly what can happen when you stumble across this penny. You've got a coin that no one else has, and that rarity creates extreme value. In fact, the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny has been known to fetch as much as $3.2 million at auction. Yes, that's right, millions. But here's the thing, finding one of these pennies is no small feat. The US Mint only released a few of these without the mint mark, which makes them incredibly rare and desirable. Now, if you're holding on to one of these pennies, it's crucial to get it appraised by an expert. Don't just take it to your local coin shop and expect them to recognize its worth. Get it authenticated by a professional, because this is one coin that you want to make sure is handled correctly. But here's where it gets interesting. While the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny is rare, it's not the only coin in your collection that could be worth a fortune. There are other pennies, and other rare coins, that are hiding in your collection, just waiting to be discovered. What if you're sitting on a small treasure chest right now? So, now that you know the incredible value of this penny, what's next? How can you cash in and live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of? First, you need to get your coin authenticated. There are legitimate channels to do this, but be careful, there are counterfeit coins out there that could trick you into losing everything. Don't let greed cloud your judgment. Authenticity is everything. once your coin is authenticated, you'll want to sell it to the right buyer. You don't just want to walk into a pawn shop and hand it over for a quick buck. You need to reach the right audience, the collectors, the auction houses, the dealers who understand its true value. These are the people who will pay top dollar for your coin, but here's the catch: the longer you wait, the more you risk missing out on this incredible opportunity. The market for rare coins fluctuates, and who knows what the future holds. If you wait too long, the market could change, and you could end up losing out. The time to act is now. If you have a 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in your collection, don't wait for it to gather dust. Sell it while the market is hot. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, but I don't have this coin. I'm not lucky enough. But trust me, it's not about luck, it's about knowledge. Thousands of people are finding these rare coins every day, and you could be one of them. Don't let fear hold you back. So, as you finish watching this video, make sure to check your change jar, check your coin collection, and do yourself a favor by getting your coins appraised by an expert. Who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune that could change your life forever. I've seen too many people make the mistake of underestimating the value of their coins, only to regret it later. Don't be one of them. Act now, and you could be one of the lucky few who cashes in on a coin worth millions. If you want more tips on rare coins and how to cash in on them, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on a money-making opportunity. Are you sitting on a small fortune? A penny might seem insignificant, but what if I told you that some rare pennies are worth millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right, millions. Stick around to find out how a simple 2006 mint Mark Lincoln penny could make you richer than you ever imagined. You'll want to pay attention to every detail, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your coin collection that could change your life forever. Let's talk about something many of us overlook: pennies. You probably have a jar full of them sitting around your house, right? But what if I told you that some of these pennies could be worth more than you've ever imagined? What if one of those pennies could be worth up to $3 million? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But this is exactly what we're going to explore today. This penny, this 2006 mint Mark Lincoln penny, could be the jackpot you've been waiting for. But before you get too excited, there's a catch. Not every 2006 penny is worth millions. It's all about the details, the rarity, and of course, the condition. Here's the thing: the 2006 mint Mark Lincoln penny might look like just another coin from the era, but it has a secret. It has something that separates it from the rest, and this is where things get interesting. Keep watching because, by the end, you'll know exactly how to spot these valuable pennies, and you'll know what to do if you have one in your collection. Now, let's dive deeper into why the 2006 mint Mark Lincoln penny is so valuable. First, let's understand the basics. The D on the penny refers to the Denver Mint, one of the places where coins are produced in the United States. In 2006, a special series of Lincoln pennies were released as part of the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But not all of them are valuable. In fact, most of the 2006 pennies are worth no more than a few cents. However, there's a rare variation that can fetch astronomical sums, up to $3 million. But why? What makes this penny stand out from the thousands of others made that year? In some of these 2006 pennies, an error occurred during the minting process. A slight mistake, barely visible to the untrained, created a very rare coin that collectors now crave. This error is so rare, so hard to find, that it's become the holy grail for penny collectors. Does your penny look like this? Well, if it does, sorry, you can relax, it's not worth $3 million. But, what if it's not? What if your coin is the one that has the error? So how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? It's not just about the year. It's about the details. The mistake is small, but it could make you an instant millionaire. The error affects the lettering, the details around Lincoln's portrait, and the overall minting quality. I know you're thinking, how do I find it? Hold on, because I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. Okay, here's where the magic happens. Now that you know there's a real possibility that you have a penny worth millions, let's talk about how to identify it. Look for the small but noticeable mistakes. They could be on the lettering, the details of Lincoln's portrait, or the reverse side of the coin. It's subtle, but if you know what to look for, you can spot it in seconds. Don't worry if it seems confusing right now, we're going to break it down step by step. Once you've identified the rare 2006 D mint mark penny, it's time to check the condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A penny in mint condition could be worth exponentially more than one that's damaged. Now, you might be wondering, but what if my coin looks a little worn out? Well, don't panic. Even if it's not in perfect condition, it could still be worth a lot more than you think. You'd be surprised at the prices collectors are willing to pay for pennies in any condition. Once you've got the penny, it's time to take action. But here's the cliffhanger, you need to act quickly. The coin market is constantly changing, and what's worth a lot today may not be worth as much tomorrow. So don't wait to sell your rare penny, it could be a mistake you regret. And here's a final bit of advice, don't just take anyone's word for it. Get your coin professionally appraised. You'd be shocked at the prices rare coins can fetch when they're authenticated by a trusted expert. So, now you know the secret to spotting a 2006 D mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $3 million. But don't just sit there, go check your coin collection right now. It could be life-changing. If you're serious about turning your old pennies into real wealth, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more insider tips on finding rare coins that could make you rich. You're just one coin away from a fortune. Remember, the world of rare coins is out there, and it's waiting for you to discover your treasure. So, get searching, and get ready to make your fortune. And remember, the next time you're holding a penny in your hand, it could be worth more than just a few cents, it could be your ticket to financial freedom. Do you have a 2014 D Lincoln penny sitting in your coin jar or tucked away in a drawer? You could be sitting on a small fortune worth up to $1.2 million, and you don't even know it yet. In today's video, we're diving deep into the shocking truth about this seemingly ordinary penny and why it could change your financial future forever. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll be rushing to check your collection to see if you've got one of these hidden gems. Trust me, you'll want to hear what's coming next. This is a game changer. Let's start with the basics. The 2014 D Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, is one of the most talked about coins in the numismatic world right now. Why? Well, it seems like such an ordinary coin, but there's a catch. The 2014 D penny could hold the key to thousands, even millions, of dollars in your hands, if you know what to look for. You see, in 2014, the US Mint produced millions of these pennies. But there's a very small percentage of them that were accidentally struck with a rare error, an error that can make them worth far more than you might imagine. Now, before you dismiss it as just another coin in your collection, ask yourself this: could you be overlooking a potential goldmine in your own home? Hold on to that thought. Let's talk about how you can spot a valuable 2014 D penny. The difference between a regular penny and one worth millions comes down to a single, tiny detail. But finding it requires a keen eye. Here's how to do it. The key to the 2014 D penny's worth is a minting error that's so subtle, it's easy to overlook. This error, known as a D mint mark overstrike, occurs when the letter D is accidentally stamped twice, one over the other. When you catch this, you've discovered one of the most valuable pennies in existence. But wait, it gets even better. This penny isn't just valuable because of the error itself. The rarity of the overstruck D mint mark is what drives the price sky high. Coins with this error are incredibly hard to find, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them, up to $1.2 million, to be exact. Imagine finding a coin that's worth a fortune hidden in plain sight. It could be sitting in your collection, right now. But it's easy to miss if you don't know what to look for. Here's where the fear sets in. While you're wondering if your penny could be worth millions, the truth is, many people have no idea they have one of these rare coins. And when they finally discover its value, it's often too late. Don't let that happen to you. But here's the thing, you don't have to panic. If you follow these simple steps, you'll be able to spot the rare 2014 D penny in no time. And trust me, you won't want to miss this opportunity. Alright, now that we know why the 2014 D penny is so valuable, let's talk about how you can spot it. The first thing you need to do is examine the mint mark. The D mint mark should be located right below the date, on the obverse side of the coin. But in this rare overstrike error, the D will be doubled, creating a noticeable, faint second D right next to the original dot. Here's a quick tip: use a magnifying glass or a loupe to get a closer look. Trust me, this is no time to be lazy. If you're serious about uncovering hidden treasures, you need to inspect every detail carefully. But finding this overstrike error isn't the only step. You also need to get your coin authenticated by a professional grading service. The higher the grade, the more money you'll be able to sell it for. A well-graded 2014 D penny can fetch 6 figures or more, depending on its condition. Now, I know what you're thinking: this sounds too good to be true. But remember, time is of the essence. The longer you wait to check your coins, the greater the chance someone else will swoop in and find the rare 2014 D penny you've been holding on to. In the world of rare coins, timing is everything, and here's the kicker: there are collectors out there right now, desperate to find these pennies. They know the value of a 2014 D penny with a doubled mint mark. And they're paying top dollar to get their hands on them. Don't let your penny be the one that gets away. But here's the real question: is your coin worth $1.2 million, or is it just another 2014 D penny sitting in your collection, unnoticed? In the next segment, I'm going to show you exactly how much these coins are selling for right now, and how you can cash in. You won't believe the shocking numbers I'm about to share. Stick with me, because this is just the beginning. You don't want to miss the next part of this journey. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because in the next video, I'm revealing the exact steps to sell your rare coins for maximum profit. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it. Imagine, just for a moment, that you've got a coin in your collection worth not just a few cents, but potentially up to $1 million. Sounds too good to be true. Well, let me tell you, it's not. Today, I'm going to show you why that 2017 D mint mark Lincoln penny you've got tucked away in your drawer could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Stay tuned, because this penny might just be the one that turns everything around. If you're like most people, you've probably overlooked pennies like these, thinking they're just another everyday coin. But what if I told you that right now, there's a hidden treasure lurking in plain sight, and it's worth more than you can imagine? Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll be checking every single coin in your collection, or better yet, your wallet. Yeah, that's right. You might just find a penny worth more than the dinner you're planning to cook tonight. Keep watching, this is about to get real interesting. Now, let's break down exactly what makes the 2017 D mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable. At first glance, it may seem like just another regular penny, right? It's got the classic Abraham Lincoln design, the date 2017, and that D mint mark. But here's the kicker: most people have no idea what's lurking beneath the surface of this seemingly average coin. You see, in the world of rare coins, even the smallest detail can make a massive difference in value. The 2017 D Lincoln penny is part of a special production run with a few rare characteristics that could make it worth a fortune. Here's the thing: only a small number of these pennies were struck with a unique error, and finding one of these rare specimens could mean a payday you never expected. It's not just any error either, it's a minting error. That's the key to unlocking its true value. But how do you tell if you've got one of these precious pennies? And what is it about these minting errors that could catapult a coin's worth into the stratosphere? Stick around, I'm going to reveal that in just a moment. Okay, here it is. The moment you've been waiting for. A standard 2017 D Lincoln penny might be worth, what, maybe a penny or two? But if you've got a rare 2017 D mint mark penny with that minting error, you could be looking at a value of anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, and, wait for it, a potential worth of up to $1 million. That's right, up to $1 million. But here's the catch: not every 2017 D penny has this error, and that's why you have to act fast. These rare pennies are in circulation, but the longer you wait to check yours, the greater the chance that someone else will scoop it up before you even notice. Imagine selling that penny and saying goodbye to your 9-to-5 job, all thanks to a coin you once thought was worthless. Pretty crazy, right? So, how do you find out if your coin is worth a fortune? Let's dive into how you can inspect your coin and determine whether it's the lucky one that could change your life. Pay attention to these small details, they might be the key to your financial freedom. But there's one major detail you absolutely cannot miss if you want to identify the true value of this penny. Stick around until the end, and I'll give you the exact steps you need to take. So, how do you find out if your coin is worth a fortune? It starts by looking at the specific characteristics of the coin and comparing them to other rare versions. You might need an expert or even a professional coin grader to help identify the exact error. But don't wait. This market is hot right now, and if you hesitate, you could miss your chance to cash in on this rare opportunity. Coins like these don't just pop up every day, and people are already looking for them. Your time to act is now. And remember, the journey to wealth can start with something as small as a penny. What are you waiting for? You never know, your next big break could be sitting in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and comment below. Have you found any rare pennies in your collection? Let me know. And keep hunting, because the next big discovery might just be yours.
Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, something so common yet so powerful, it could change your life forever. What if I told you that a seemingly ordinary 1970 mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, $4 million. Today, we're diving into the incredible story behind this extraordinary coin and how you can discover one for yourself. Stick around because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself searching through every penny you've ever owned. Let's begin. Act 1. The hidden fortune in your pocket. Let's start with a question. How often do you check your spare change? Probably not very often, but after hearing this, you might never look at a penny the same way again. The 1970 Lincoln penny is not just any coin. It's a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Its extraordinary value stems from a minting error that occurred over 50 years ago, an error that transformed an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Here's the deal. This penny's value isn't just about age, it's about a mistake. Some of these pennies were struck over a 1909 San Francisco proof penny, leaving faint traces of the original design underneath. This unique characteristic makes it one of the most sought-after coins in numismatic history. But here's the twist: many people who have this coin don't even know it. Could it be sitting in your piggy bank right now? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. But first, let's talk about why collectors and investors are willing to pay millions for this coin. Act 2. The value behind the coin. What makes the 1970 penny so valuable? Is it really just a mistake? Not quite. The value comes from a combination of rarity, historical significance, and the sheer demand from collectors who crave the unique and unusual. Think of it like this. It's not just a penny, it's a piece of history, and history is priceless. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Coins like this one have fetched staggering prices at auctions. In fact, one of these rare pennies recently sold for over $4 million. Imagine turning a 1-cent coin into millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. And the best part, there are more out there. You just need to know how to identify them. Let me ask you, Tiza, when was the last time you truly examined a penny? What if the fortune you've been chasing has been sitting quietly in a jar on your kitchen counter? Now's the time to take a closer look. In a moment, I'll reveal the specific details you need to identify this coin. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Act 3. Finding and selling the $1 million penny. What if you do find one? What's next? This is where most people get overwhelmed. Selling a rare coin like this isn't as simple as walking into your local pawn shop. You need to know the right steps to take to maximize its value. First, here's what to look for. Check the date and the mint mark. The 1970 penny will have a tiny D under the date, indicating it was minted in Denver. Then, look closely for doubling, particularly on the date and lettering. If you're unsure, consult a professional coin grader who can authenticate and appraise your coin. This step is crucial, as authentication can mean the difference between a penny worth a few cents and a life-changing fortune. Once authenticated, your next step is finding the right buyer. Rare coin collectors, auction houses, and specialized dealers are your best bet. Don't rush the process. Take the time to research and negotiate to ensure you get the highest possible price. But here's a thought. What if someone else finds this coin before you? Imagine the regret of letting such an opportunity slip through your fingers. That's why the time to act is now. Grab that jar of pennies. Search through your spare change. You never know, you might already be sitting on a small fortune. As we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Opportunities like this are rare. Life-changing fortunes don't come around every day, but when they do, they often hide in the most unexpected places. The next time you hold a penny, remember, it's not just a coin. It could be the key to the life you've always dreamed of. So, what are you waiting for? Go find that $1 million penny, where a simple penny could be your ticket to financial freedom. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin hiding in plain sight might be worth up to $3.5 million. Imagine discovering that the humble 1976 Lincoln penny sitting in your drawer or tucked away in an old jar is a treasure of unimaginable value. Does that sound like a dream? Well, it's not. Stay with me, and I'll reveal why this particular penny has collectors worldwide in a frenzy and how you might just have one in your possession. When was the last time you checked your spare change? Go ahead, think about it. You could be holding onto something worth more than a luxury car. Scary to think what you might have unknowingly given away, right? Today, I'm going to tell you all about the legendary 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, its history, what makes it so valuable, and how you can determine if you're sitting on a small fortune. So, grab a cup of coffee and stick around, because what you're about to learn could change your life. Let's start with a little backstory. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, has always held a special place in American history. But the 1976 no-mint mark penny is in a league of its own. What's the big deal, you ask? It's all about the minting process. In 1976, the U.S. Mint was busy celebrating the nation's bicentennial, producing special coins for the occasion. Amidst this frenzy, something remarkable happened. A batch of Lincoln pennies left the mint without the tiny mint mark at the small letter that indicates where the coin was produced. These no-mint mark pennies were unintentional errors, and as any coin collector will tell you, rarity equals value. Now, here's the kicker. Most coins without a mint mark from 1976 were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But certain error coins have unique characteristics, like being struck on the wrong plankett or having a double die. These rarities have sent collectors into a bidding war, driving prices sky high. Can you imagine holding a coin worth $3.5 million? It's happened. In recent auctions, the 1976 no-mint mark penny has fetched staggering sums. This isn't just about luck, it's about knowing what to look for. And I'm going to teach you. Here's what you need to do. First, dig out your old jars of coins. Search through drawers, and even check the floorboards if you must. Look for a 1976 Lincoln penny. If you find one, the first thing to check is whether it has a mint mark. No mint mark? Great, you might be onto something. But don't celebrate just yet. Look for additional signs of rarity, like errors in the design or unusual metal composition. A strong magnifying glass or a coin loop will help. If you're unsure, consider having your coin professionally graded by an expert. They can authenticate it and assign it a grade, which will significantly impact its market value. Now, let's talk about selling. The coin market is booming, with collectors constantly searching for rare finds. Online auction platforms like eBay are great for reaching a global audience. For high-value coins, though, I recommend contacting a reputable auction house specializing in rare currency. The right buyer is out there, and they're willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history. Imagine this: you send your penny to auction, and the bidding starts. The price climbs higher and higher. Before you know it, you've made a life-changing sale. What will you do with the money? A new house? A dream vacation? or perhaps an investment in your future. The possibilities are endless. The 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of hidden potential. Right now, there are millions of pennies in circulation, and one of them could be yours. So, what are you waiting for? Start your treasure hunt today. Who knows, at the next time you look at a penny, it might just look back at you with the golden glint of fortune. Did you know that a simple penny could change your life forever? Imagine finding a coin in your pocket worth millions of dollars. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving into the incredible story of the 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm and could be worth up to $3.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. Don't touch that screen, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to identify it, and why you might already own one without even realizing it. Now, before we dive into the fascinating details, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the loose change in your jar, car, or drawer? If your answer is never, you might want to rethink that habit. Let's get started. It's 1981. The world is changing. Reagan is president, MTV is making its debut, and pennies are being minted across the United States. Most of these pennies are stamped with a mint mark, identifying where they were produced: Denver, San Francisco, or Philadelphia. But every now and then, an error occurs. A mint mark is omitted, creating a coin that's unique and, in this case, unbelievably valuable. You might be wondering, why is a missing mint mark such a big deal? Well, coin collectors, or numismatists, thrive on rarity. The fewer there are of a particular coin, the higher its value. And the 1981 no mint mark penny is a prime example of this phenomenon. Here's where things get really interesting. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced these coins, typically didn't use a mint mark for pennies back then. But there's more to the story than meets the eye. Could it be that the missing mint mark indicates a rare production anomaly? Or is there an even bigger mystery at play? Hang tight, because we're just getting warmed up. Fast forward to today, and this little copper coin is creating big waves. The 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for astronomical amounts at auctions, with one reaching an eye-popping $3.2 million. What makes this penny so valuable isn't just its rarity but its condition and historical significance. Let me break it down for you. Coin value is determined by three key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. The 1981 penny checks all these boxes. It's rare due to the missing mint mark. Its value skyrockets if it's in pristine condition at what collectors call MS65 or higher. And demand? Well, who wouldn't want to own a piece of history that could also be their ticket to financial freedom? But here's the kicker. Millions of pennies from 1981 are still in circulation. That means your next paycheck might not come from your boss but from that penny sitting in your pocket right now. Excited yet? Wait, it gets better. Now, let's talk about how to identify this gold dina, or rather, copper ticket. First, check the date. It must clearly read 1981. Next, inspect for a mint mark below the year. If there's no D or S and the coin's condition is exceptional, you might be holding a treasure. And before you toss that penny aside, remember, one person's spare change could be another's windfall. So, what's stopping you from checking your pennies right now? Maybe it's doubt, maybe it's procrastination. Let me tell you something. Opportunity doesn't wait. These coins aren't just sitting around forever. As more are discovered and sold, their rarity and therefore value could decrease. Here's a quick tip. When you're sorting through your change, use a magnifying glass or phone camera for a closer look. And if you think you've found a winner, consult a professional appraiser or reputable coin dealer. This could be your moment, your chance to turn a penny into a fortune. Don't let it slip away. Now, I'll leave you with this thought. What will you do with $3.2 million? Pay off debts, buy your dream home, travel the world. All of that could start with a single penny. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, chase your dreams, and who knows, the next millionaire we hear about might just be you. But wait, before you go, there's one more thing you need to know: a broken bar, a shocking twist about another rare penny that could be worth even more than this one. Stay tuned for our next video to uncover the mystery behind it. Imagine finding a single penny worth more than a luxury home. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be hiding in your pocket change, and its value could reach up to $3 million? Yes, $3 million for a penny you might have overlooked. Stick with me, because what you're about to discover could change your life. 8. Ronald Reagan's presidency had just ended, and the nation was buzzing with optimism. Amidst the hustle and bustle of that year, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted. But something extraordinary happened at one of the U.S. mint facilities. A batch of pennies was released without a mint mark, making these coins incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors today. You might be wondering, why does the absence of a tiny mint mark matter? That's a fair question. Here's why. Coins without a mint mark from this era were errors, unintentional and rare mistakes that make them worth their weight in gold. Well, technically more than gold. Think about it. A coin that could have been yours for a single cent is now worth enough to retire comfortably. But how can you tell if you've got one of these golden tickets? Don't worry, I'll walk you through it. Before we dive into identifying this rare penny, let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked closely at your spare change? Probably not often, right? And that's exactly what coin collectors are counting and are hidden treasures slipping under the radar. The 1988 no-mint mark penny stands out because it was supposed to bear a D or S mint mark, indicating where it was minted. Without this mark, the coin becomes a prized anomaly. What's fascinating is that these coins often look like any other penny to the untrained eye. But here's the kicker. The difference lies in tiny details like the sharpness of Lincoln's features or the spacing of the text. A trained numismatist can spot these differences in seconds. Now, picture this. You're sorting through an old jar of coins. Suddenly, your heart skips a beat as you notice a penny missing its mint mark. Excitement washes over you. But how do you confirm its authenticity and true value? That's where professional coin grading services come in. These experts assess the condition and rarity of your coin, often multiplying its worth by thousands or even millions of dollars. And here's the exciting part. Even if your penny isn't in pristine condition, it could still fetch a life-changing amount. But time is ticking. Every day, more people are discovering these rare coins and cashing in. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. How many of you have just paused this video to check your wallet or piggy bank? Don't worry, you're not alone. But make sure to come back, because the best part is yet to come. So, what's next? Let's say you found a penny that could be worth millions. The first step is to preserve its condition. Avoid cleaning or polishing it. Even the smallest scratch can significantly reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective case or envelope. Next, research reputable coin dealers or auction houses to evaluate your find. A professional appraisal can validate your coin's worth and ensure you're getting top dollar. And don't forget about online platforms like eBay or heritage auctions, where collectors are willing to pay a premium for rare coins like yours. But here's the thing. These opportunities don't last forever. As more of these coins are discovered and sold, their rarity diminishes, potentially lowering their value. So if you've been procrastinating, now is the time to act. Imagine the freedom of financial security, the vacations you could take, or the legacy you could leave behind. It all starts with one small penny. Before we wrap up, here's a final thought. Could there be other rare coins lurking in your change, worth even more than the 1988 no-mint mark penny? What if I told you there's another coin just as valuable and just as elusive? Stick around for my next video, where I reveal another hidden treasure that could make you a millionaire. Don't miss it. Now imagine that very penny could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth up to $2.4 million. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But stay with me, because this could very well change your life. Hi, welcome to Retire Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins to uncover the extraordinary story behind the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. This is no ordinary coin. It's a potential jackpot hiding in plain sight, and if you've got one, you might be holding your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Before we go any further, let me ask you this. Have you ever checked the loose change in your pockets, purse, or car? You might want to start, because you could be overlooking a fortune. Don't let it slip through your fingers. First, let's unravel the mystery of why this penny is so valuable. The 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny was struck in Philadelphia. Unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco, these pennies don't carry a mint mark. While most of these coins are ordinary, there are a few incredibly rare errors that make certain pennies worth a fortune. These errors, such as double die strikes, off-center images, or even unique variations in the copper alloy, are what collectors dream of finding. Here's where the excitement ramps up. A 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny with one of these errors recently sold for a staggering $2.4 million at auction. Think about it. One penny, more than the cost of a luxury home or a brand new Lamborghini. That's life-changing money from something you could easily overlook. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this for real? Could I have one of these pennies? Let me break it down. To identify a valuable coin, you'll need to examine it closely. Look for anomalies like misaligned images, extra lines or doubling in the design, and even subtle changes in texture. A magnifying glass or coin loop can be a game changer here. Here's a quick pattern interrupt. How funny is it that something most of us toss into a fountain to make a wish could be the very thing that makes our dreams come true? Maybe it's time to check your old coin jars, right? But here's the twist. The market for rare coins is incredibly competitive. Collectors and investors are actively hunting for these treasures, and the value of these pennies is climbing rapidly. That's why it's crucial to act now. Don't wait until it's too late to check your change or consult an expert. Let's say you find a 2003 no mint mark penny that looks promising. What should you do next? First, resist the urge to clean the coin. That can decrease its value. Instead, get it professionally graded by reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A verified grade could be the difference between a few $100s and a few million. If you need guidance on how to do this, stick around, because we've got a full tutorial coming up in our next video. And speaking of next steps, here's a cliffhanger for you. Could there be an even rarer version of the 2003 Lincoln penny out there that hasn't been discovered yet? What if it's hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to uncover it? Don't miss our next video where we explore the most elusive pennies in American history. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab that coin jar, check your pocket change, and start searching. Your millionaire moment could be just a penny away. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you know who might have rare coins hiding in their house. Thanks for watching, and here's to turning your pennies into millions.